going to shop for the national. Like,
It just seems like everybody's trying to buy to load for the National right now. So a lot of people don't seem to be coming off pricing for a lot of the bigger cards. And that's one of those things everybody keeps trying to figure out. Is the show going to be a big card moving show, or is it going to be that mid to low tier moving show?
I don't know. I think the national is going to give us a good indication of where the industry is going.
Yeah, correct.
But I think what it's probably like 5% of high-end buyers.
Yeah.
You know, so they keeping the market alive.
Yeah.
You get 95% of people who just kind of walk in.
Oh, yeah.
But you get 5% of people.
And there it is, the famous Mistress card. Boom. Always good stuff, just in case. Boom, there it is. People still talk about it in other videos, so. It's always funny when you're looking through some of these bins. I was just looking, where's that card at? I was like, what is this card doing in here? I'm going to make a mess of this thing here for a second. If he ain't going to mind, I'll put it back. There it is. Is it back here? Yeah. Look at this thing, just sitting in this box. I mean, it's obviously expensive. A Voice Gracie to 10? Jesus. I mean, he's got some cool stuff. This is one of those, this is a nice card, but man. I ain't got $650 on me for this.
I made it happen.
Some other fun stuff here. We got a Jimmy Carter. We got Donald Trump Jr. Jerry Seinfeld.
Tickets too.
Hillary, the Killer Clinton.
Tickets.
Phil Mickelson ticket.
I'm looking for a lot of offensive game tickets.
All right, guys, I have a quick question here for a couple of guys here at the card show. What are your feelings regarding a player-worn jersey card versus a event-worn versus no game or affiliation with anything? Is there a true value to a card based off of it being game used versus not game used, or is it just rare based on number of the card?
I think, to me personally, like, if it's not game worn or match worn, it doesn't really help the value. To me, it's very gimmicky.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's almost like literally you could take a piece of this shirt and say that a USA player wore it.
Correct.
Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah. The only thing that I keep coming up with is because if something's a one of one, obviously it's the only one. But if it's not from any specific game or event, this lists them taking a jersey off of a shelf at the mall, cutting it up and putting it in there. Obviously, an auto has value, and being one of one, it's the only one available. So there's that value there. But when y'all buy cards, especially, do you look on the back to make sure it's game used versus not, based on how much you're going to pay for it?
100%.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like typically, if it says event worn, it can actually just mean that they had a photo shoot.
Yep.
And they took some pictures with it, and then they chopped that up into a bunch of different pieces, put it on the cards. So obviously, game worn is a lot more respectful. They actually played with it, so it's a piece in history, and for players that are never going to play again, it actually has a lot more meaning in that way.
Yeah, I believe. Is it Topps that puts the holograms on the stickers that actually say what game that it came from? No, they have a serial numbered hologram. If you look that hologram up, I think they do it on like triple threads and stuff. It comes from a specific game that has event implications. If somebody created basically, they made history basically, or that's the first person to do something, or it's a milestone game.
If you want to see a funny thing about event worn, look up Mark Ingram event worn photo shoot, and you'll laugh. He's wearing like 10 jerseys at the same time, just so he could say he wore
all of them.
Jerseys.
Yeah.
He's wearing like a triple XL, like 20 other jerseys.
More cuts too. All right, guys, I greatly appreciate it. All right, take care. There you go, Flippin' Steve. There's some Dolphins love for you. I know you're not down on Tua, but you know you're optimistic at least. Look at this one, Go Fins. Jordan Love there. Checking out a couple cards here my buddies picked up recently here at the show. Bunch of Tua stuff. Look at that. There's a nice Allen rookie auto right there, number to 25.
That's what you're doing, you're flipping on eBay.
Piper Brothers sports cards.
up?
How are y'all doing, guys?
Thanks, man.
How you doing?
Nice little photo.
Good, appreciate it. How are y'all doing? Look at them with their Brady jerseys on. Doing a little video here.
How you been?
Good, just getting out here today for a little bit and just talking to a couple of the guys and trying to figure out what I'm going to do when I go to the National.
Oh, dang. The National's going to be so crazy, bro.
I know.
They're selling out everywhere, man.
I'm trying to figure out if there's going to be somebody doing any... All right, looking through some comics here. This is cool. Always love watching this. You got Iron Fist there getting ready to get pummeled. 8.5 for 65. What do we got here? Hulk. These aren't real old comics for the most part. It's a mix. That's why I'm kind of looking through them here. I haven't seen this dealer specifically here before. I always like to see what people have, especially some of the older stuff. You know, this is a 25-cent comic. Does it have some type of, you know, cool cover or something? I mean, more modern stuff here. 9.8. Obviously, you should get stuff like that. Old Call right here, if people even know what that is. Call the Conqueror, like Conan, basically. Let's see, Silver Surfer stuff here. Usually when I'm looking at comics, which I'm not extremely versed on, I always look at the value of the comic. There's a nice G.I. Joe, an older one, 60 cents. Obviously, comics back in the day were very cheap. When you start going really far back, 10 cents, 5 cents, stuff like that. That gives you a really good idea of age if you're not familiar with comics. Like here, let's see, this isn't anything crazy, but see, it's 12 cents. All right, Modeling with Millie. And basically Ken and Barbie. But people love these off-brand stuff. This is a Absolute Carnage #1, 9.4, which to me wouldn't be a high grade for that necessarily, being a newer comic. I would expect a 9.8 out of that. This is 75. Here Lies the Greatest Hero. I have this still wrapped in the white plastic. I don't know. There's not a price on this one. It's a curious one though. But this is just fun stuff, you know. It's fun to look through these things, and there's just something about a graded comic book that it just looks so nice when it's in the case, like its own personal travel frame, basically. And super cool stuff, though. Just a little hint of what's here at the show here today. It's a Sunday, so it's a little slower on the weekend. But I'm gonna keep looking around. This is our pretty rare Merino card here, guys. From Pinnacle. Look at that. 5 of 30. Gold. You don't see stuff like this. Man, you know how many of these are probably still in packs, too?
Out of the 30, probably 10.
Yeah, I mean, that's a cool Jack Dempsey card
I've seen
right
shit
there.
like that number before.
That's an interesting card right there. What are y'all asking on the Tebow Emmitt Smith?
1,600, but I'll take 550.
That's a cool card. So this predates his Gaudy 33, you said?
33 Gaudy, yeah.
All right, and you said it was a 3-panel card originally.
Yep.
Do you know who the other people on the panel were?
I think it was Tony Lazzari and Al Lopez. I'm not 100% sure. I could be off.
It's a fun looking card. Look at this thing.
I mean, it's down, but it's a LeBron.
It is like
You know it's
a
gonna go back. You know it's gonna go
three-dimensional
back up, you know what I mean?
But
deep
that'll
card.
go up in football.
Yeah, but this guy is a proven person.
It's hard to do in the,
You know what I mean?
image,
What
but
are you
it's,
looking for?
I don't know if this is a custom.
It's down, bro. So
Yeah.
I had it at 5, but I think it's down in like under 4 range. I think it, to be honest.
What is this, a custom card?
As a custom card.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah. If you're gonna put it on your channel, yes.
Yes, of course.
Because I watch your videos. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's going for like 4.
It's really cool.
Is that?
Would you take 4 trade towards the Herbert?
I would
Crad
actually
Sports
have-
cards right here. Follow them on Instagram,
Yeah, just
also known as Instaham.
so, yeah.
That's really cool. I haven't seen this case here before. It's got some pretty high-end basketball. There's Zion right there. Jordans. have this card, not a 10. I don't think mine was graded as a 10. Got a little bit of white on the corner, but the corner it's not white as an indent. It's like they didn't get the full cut on it, so it's like a little excess. Beggars can't be choosers. A lot of good basketball though.
This one probably like 1,000. There's one for 99 that's sold for 600.
Card there. That's a nice card.
That one might be a little more.
That's a nice card.
I don't know. This one is got.
Everything's a nice card. Luka Palooza.
It's more than $50. It's a numbered card. It's a factory auto. That's what you said if you wanted. So and I was trying to find a way to fit. This is how I found $1,500. I said, what those for $1,500? So you're doing those two for that and this for this. That's basically what you're doing. Or how you want to look at it. And then you're way more than making up on this one. Now, if you want to do this, pull these two out and put this, you got a comp on it. But you said you wanted a card where you can.
All right, just left the card show here in Clearwater today on Sunday. I usually don't go on Sundays, I usually go on Saturdays. But stuff going on in life, and sometimes you can't get there. But saw some cool stuff, saw some new stuff that I hadn't seen before, that some people had picked up that you've probably seen the video here. And one of the questions I asked the guys, a couple of guys that were there, were about jersey patch auto type situations, basically jersey cards, about something being game used, event worn, not associated with any particular event or game, meaning fake or a jersey you can buy at the store. We spoke a little bit off camera. There's a Justin Herbert, sorry, driving here. Justin Herbert laundry tag, and on the laundry tag it says women's, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't wear a women's jersey. And stuff like that honestly is a slap in the face. If you're getting a rare card that's numbered, it's a laundry tag especially, or some heavy logoed card from a patch of a jersey, that needs to be game worn. It's an elite card. Give it elite card status. I think it's a slap in the face to the hobby when somebody does that. And Panini's been the king of that right now. I know Topps, I think Triple Threads and some of their other products, they'll have a hologram on the actual piece of jersey that dictates what game, on what date that jersey was obtained from. Just because, let's say somebody hits their, Albert Pujols hit his 500th career home run, this is the jersey, piece of jersey from that game. That piece of jersey has more significance to it than almost every other piece of jersey he has, because it can literally be drawn back to that one game of an event that happened that changed something within the sport, and that's a big deal. So obviously, like for instance the newer Panini product where you get a rookie jersey card in a box for a blaster, yeah, that's great, they look great, but it's a fake piece of fabric. I mean, they literally could cut my shirt up and put it in there, and cool. It matters to me. I still think those cards have value because they're rare, or any numbered card that is rare. But a jersey or patch card should be a game-worn material. That's what it was meant to be. It's what it always was. And then they stopped doing it, and because people keep buying it and not disclosing that it's a problem, Panini's like, nobody cares, let's just keep doing it. They don't want to spend more money than they have to. They have to pay for those game-used jerseys to cut up in order to do that. I'm sure they get a great deal. Just like they do with autographs, they get a great deal on that too. But, I mean, what do y'all think? Do you look at the back of a card when you buy a jersey card and see that it's player worn, game used, event worn? Does it say anything basically? Just basically says, hey, congratulations, you got this piece of jersey. It's not from any specific game, event, or whatever. I know everybody has a little bit different verbiage, but that matters quite a bit to me, that I don't want to buy a patch card of a player that is not game worn. The ones I own that are not game worn are cards I pulled. They're not cards I went out and bought because I wouldn't buy one. And I still refuse to buy one. I mean, the only way I'd ever buy one is if, which you probably won't even ever see it, would be a Michael Jordan autograph jersey card, you know, because it's autographed. I would want the autograph more than the jersey. You know, a patch is usually what drives a card over just a regular piece of jersey, or also known as a napkin card, especially the white ones, where it's just plain and boring and kind of just a waste to a card, in my opinion. And unless they do something different with it and they're putting in a quad, you're at the point now you really want that color differential within any type of jersey card. Those sell more, and they're always going to have a better resell. And I don't like it when I have like an entire patch of a number, like the number 80 has a very big center. I don't want the center of that where it's just one black sheet and I can't tell what part of anything it's from. But we really need to figure out how can we change that in the hobby from the manufacturer. You know, Topps did this 1970 where you get that thick card with a little aluminum piece of 70 stamped into it, and I think it even says patch on the card. How can a small piece of pressed aluminum be a patch? It is not a patch. That's not even what a patch is. It's an emblem at that point, or a label pin. I don't even know. But that's horrible. I don't like them. They could have been such a great card. Obviously, if they're autographed, that changes everything. I just feel like they get less creative with some stuff. And I think what happens is they're always like, well, there's certain reasons we can't do this or we can't do that, from some of the interviews I've seen, due to somebody owning the rights to something. It's a jersey or patch card. It is what it is. Nobody owns the right to anything. Stop messing with it. You know, and give us what it's supposed to be. That's my 2 cents on it. And hopefully you like this video. I may do a deeper dive into this patch thing. Andy over there at the Card Quest wanted me to do something regarding this, and there's more data that can be drawn from it, and maybe per brand and how they do it, and what it means. And I'm probably going to want to do a video more related to that. But just to talk about it a little bit, just got to ask the guys, and I want to include that in the video, and then give you some feedback on it. So hopefully you like that. Give me your opinion, how you feel about it. And it doesn't even matter to you. Some people it may not matter. I think a lot of people that buy these things honestly don't know any better. Or they're just master collectors where they want one of every certain type of player or card. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong. Collect what you like. My thing is just when you see a jersey card, I expect that to be from something particular. And personally, I think it should be from a game. I don't know why they got lazy on this. Maybe they can't get enough jerseys in order to make the amount of cards they're making, because there's so many. And that's possible too, and this is their way out. But there should be something that differentiates it. Also, real quick, why can't they put, I know why they can't or won't, because it costs more money, but we all hate sticker autos. They all tell us sticker autos are better. That could just be propaganda. On-card autos are awesome. I don't care what anybody says. But why can't they just put the layer of card over the sticker to where the sticker looks embedded in the card? I think that would go a long way for the enjoyability of that card and that auto. But alright guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on YouTube.